Hey guys, Strong Style Studios back again. We're here to review Elimination Chamber. The show happened last night. It's me, Noah, my buddy Alex.
How's it going?
The Orange Dream, Justin couldn't make it today. And so we're going to have to do this one without him.
It's a duo.
Yes.
Duo review. Alright.
Let's get things started. The first match was Alberto Del Rio versus The Big Show. What did you think about that?
Well, first and foremost, let's start by saying how this feud escalated from two last man standing matches to a singles match with no stipulation, no kind of like additional, situation to make it feel like he actually was any build up to the feud, like there was a heated rivalry. So it was just a one-on-one match, and so right there, that kind of left me with a dislike of this match right from the get-go. Oh well, this is not going to be good. Match itself was decent. Horrible show to open with. Because the Big Show is such a methodical pacing. He's not really a guy who's going to get the crowd hot and really amped up for the rest of the show. It's just big mistake having this open, and and I thought it was all right. It was going along pretty decently. Then the finish just
That was rough.
Del Rio whiffing the insecurity, I think twice. I don't know. I missed the second one because I was
He's laughing too hard.
I was laughing my ass off. I was nearly falling on my seat laughing so hard. I completely missed the setup for the finish. And just,
I mean, that was one of those botches that you couldn't miss it. It was so plain. It was. I felt bad for the guy.
Yeah, that is a botch that's going to live in infamy. That was one of the biggest botches I've seen in a long time. Because
the problem is they repeated the spot.
Yeah.
They tried to repeat the spot, and that never works.
No.
But
I'll credit where credit's due though. Big Show put over Del Rio clean with the tap outs, so that was nice. Gave Del Rio a nice win leading into WrestleMania, but just this match, not a good way to start the show off. Not a good way to keep Del Rio's title win alive, and not a good way to end the feud. So really, not good all around. I think
I would agree with that. I think that part of the problem with the match I was having was Del Rio focused a lot of the match on Big Show's legs.
Yeah.
But then at the end he wanted to use his armbar finisher. So
cross arm breaker.
Yeah, it just didn't. Storyline wise, it didn't make any sense in the match why Big Show's arm was hurt. On top of that, it's another opener for the World Heavyweight title. I don't understand why they keep doing this. Why can't you put the U.S. title?
Yeah, the United States title. I'd have been perfectly fine with that opening.
Right, and it'd be one thing if you want to get the crowd hot, but this match really hurt the crowd for most of the rest of the show, I think. What'd you rate this match?
I give it 2 stars. I know a lot of people that rate this a lot higher than me, and to that, fine. I mean, maybe you saw something you liked this match. I didn't. I really was bored. I was just this did not make me excited. The crowd could not give a shit less in this match.
No, that's definitely true.
Yeah.
I also gave it 2 stars. A little harsh, I think some people might think, but it's really hard for me to get into Big Show's matches anyway. But when you come out with this, everything involved, it just didn't work.
Yeah. The Big Show's, I don't think the Big Show's a problem. I just think these two just don't have good chemistry. Plain and simple. Del Rio just doesn't work well with Big Man because his whole offense is based around working over the arms, and with a big man, you automatically go for the legs, and he doesn't have any leg submission. So just right there, it fails on I think because he's had this problem before with wrestling with bigger men.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
All right, and match number 2. This was for the U.S. title. Your champion Antonio Cesaro versus The Miz. What'd you think?
Good match. I actually thought it was a little bit better than most people did. I thought that Cesaro working over Miz's arm was very nice and very consistent throughout the match. Miz, for the most part, sold it pretty well. And I thought The Miz looked better than usual. Credit to Cesaro, I think, because Miz has been kind of slacking. I don't know, just hasn't been very enthusiastic. Hasn't really gotten me going for his matches, recently. So I think Cesaro might be working him a little bit, making him work a little bit more. Good match. I thought definitely left room for improvement. I'm thinking that maybe at WrestleMania they'll have a rematch, but yeah, definitely it felt kind of like a Raw match in my opinion. You could have had this match on Raw and I would have been perfectly happy.
That's fair. I enjoyed this match too. I thought that Cesaro's work on the arm was really well done also. It's nice to see guys doing chain style stuff and working guys over with submissions, but work those submissions. Don't just sit in there and rest, because watching someone rest is not really very entertaining.
Yeah.
So I thought Antonio did a really nice job of keep working, but it was limited.
It was a really nice sequence, where he did an arm drag, he had he lift him up, slams him down, keeps locking the arm, twists it. He kept that lock on that arm. It's that's wrestling. It was kind of like a wrestle, but he made it look like he was trying to injure him further.
Right.
So it was very nicely done.
I really like that.
Cesaro just is a great technical wrestler, and there's no question.
As for the finish, I won't give it away, but I thought it was.
I'll give it away. Who gives a shit?
It was okay. I mean, it wasn't great, honestly. If anyone who's seen Colt Cabana versus Nigel McGuinness feud back in the days of ROH, that's what it reminded me of. One of those "did he mean to do it?" kind of things.
I think I thought the finish worked in the contents of the story. But again, wish he had done it on pay-per-view. Pay-per-views would be even though I thought it's a nice little build up for a feud. But again, this is pay-per-view. You're supposed to be getting
the feud should be underway.
Yeah. At this point, feud's already underway. You don't really need to build it up more. So.
I gave this 2 3/4 stars.
I give it 2 3/4 as well. If the finish had been better, I would probably give it 3 stars.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Next was the namesake of this pay-per-view, the Chamber match.
Yeah, one Elimination Chamber match on a pay-per-view called Elimination Chamber.
And it's the third match.
Yeah. What does that tell you about this?
One thing that we didn't touch on was that Ziggler didn't cash in after the first.
We were a lot of people were betting on that, and including me. Surprised. I'm thinking Mania is when he's gonna cash in.
Looks like it.
But
that'll be cool. No one's ever done it. So.
Yeah, it'd be something. So.
All right. Yes. Back to the Chamber. The participants were Jack Swagger, Jericho, Orton, Kane, Henry, and Daniel Bryan. I thought this was a very entertaining match. Starting off with Bryan and Jericho, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, that was probably the best decision to have these two guys start, because they knew it would get the crowd into the match, and it did very nicely too.
It definitely did. Thought this was a pretty good match. I think that they dropped the ball in certain areas. The way that Bryan and Kane were eliminated without any interaction with each other, really.
Well, very, very limited interaction.
Right.
They had
but they didn't eliminate each other. I thought that was a complete waste of an opportunity to push that storyline.
I agree.
Other than that, I really don't have too many complaints. I thought it was a very good match. It picked up at the end. Swagger, I'm not big on. I've never been big on Swagger. I'm never going to be big on Swagger, so it is what it is. But overall, it was fun.
Yeah. I like this match quite a bit. I thought everyone looked well. I thought it was kind of cool that all 6 guys were in the cage before they had elimination, which Mark Henry just running through everyone was very, very impressive. I really enjoyed that, and I like that they're keeping the the monster heel persona for him going. Curious to see what they go do with him in Mania, because he's very much looked like a dominant heel. So
yeah, I'm curious too. I can't put my finger on where they're going to go with him.
It was good. It was really good, I thought. I really enjoyed when Orton and Jericho and Swagger were having their back and forth. I thought those guys worked very well together. That was a really good ending sequence.
Yeah.
I don't like Swagger winning either, just because he just came back from being jobbed to hell, and now you want to give him a main event push and give him to WrestleMania
within a month.
Within 3 weeks of return, he's in the main event at WrestleMania.
The thing about that really bugs me is that WrestleMania, you have had a year to come up with a feud for that world title, and you waited till a month before.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't push this guy at all the entire year.
Yeah.
You buried him, made him look like crap. He comes back. He's had a couple of squash-like matches. Now I'm supposed to believe he's the world heavyweight.
And he's got a very bearded Dutch Mantel.
Yeah, God, that guy's ancient. Don't get me started on that. That's another thing.
But I will say, a buddy of mine online, Colin, said, WrestleMania is a chance for the stars to shine. So I agree with that. This is the moment of Jack Swagger. If he goes into WrestleMania, has a good showing, delivers a good match, if the build-up's good, yeah, you got yourself a potential big star. If it doesn't, better luck with your future endeavors, kid.
Yeah, that's the thing. This is one of those things. This is it for Swagger.
I agree.
I mean, he's held the title before.
Didn't do anything with it.
Right. So now you get your second chance. You better.
It's do or die time. It's sink or swim. You know.
And they're putting a lot behind him. I mean, they brought in Dutch Mantel.
Smart move, I think.
I disagree, but I think putting a mouthpiece on him is a good idea. I think Dutch Mantel was a bad choice. I think that in this day and age,
there are better choices, yes, and the whole racist angle has been done to death. But
yeah.
Then again, hey, if it sells tickets, can't argue with results.
I doubt very much that Dutch Mantel is selling anybody's tickets.
Well, the feud with him and Del Rio could be, could sell some tickets.
Yeah, it might.
So if it works, it works. If not, well, go back to the drawing board.
Right. As far as the match, I think that the ending was a little bit predictable. You could kind of see it coming.
Yeah, actually, our friend Justin, literally, I think when it was down to Jericho and Orton and Swagger, he said,
should we say it?
Yeah. He's just like, RKO on Jericho, 1, 2, 3, Swagger rolls up Orton. And it's like, and lo and behold, he fucking called it. So
yeah, it was just a little predictable. But overall, very good.
Very good match. Definitely, I think I liked it a lot more than you. I give it 4 stars. Right now, early contender for match of the year for WWE. The chamber match is always fun. So
yeah, I think that I didn't like it quite as much as you. I gave it 3.5 stars. Don't get me wrong, very good match, very fun.
Yeah.
Just they could have done some things better.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right, moving on. The next match was Ryback, Sheamus, and Cena versus The Shield in a 6-man tag match. Unfortunately, this wasn't in the chamber, which is a little bit of a bummer, but we knew that going in. So
yeah, I think we kind of all accepted it. And to its credit, I think they did better without the chamber.
I think that the finish, I think that the Shield couldn't have won in the chamber. They weren't going to let them pin all 3 of their top guys. And that makes sense.
I understand, it's fine.
Now, as for the match, this match was all right.
Yeah, I enjoyed it quite a bit.
It was a lot of
beating the shit out of Cena.
Yeah, I mean, Cena's always, it's like every other Cena match where he gets beat up the whole time, except it's weird to see it in a 6-man tag because there's 2 other guys that could take it, but it's still Cena taking it.
Yeah, it was a very, the Heat segment went on way too long, although I will say that the Shield did a very good job of showing the frustration. I will say that, they were visibly frustrated, they were freaking out. They're yelling at Cena to stay down, all this stuff. So they made it at least somewhat entertaining to continue to beat down Cena. And I also when Ryback got the hot tag, crowd got into it, man.
Yeah, and as soon as that hot tag happened,
it picked up big.
Yeah, the match kicked up almost 2 gears.
Yeah.
It was a completely different match.
Yeah,
but like you were saying, I think that if it was any other team that was beating up Cena, it would have got really boring.
Yeah.
Because these guys, they're so good with their facials and their body language.
Yeah, they're really good at that. They sell it, very well. Yeah. Especially Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose is great at selling the frustration,
Definitely.
And just the toying with Cena parts. He is so good at it, selling this character of being obsessed with taking out John Cena. I can see why so many people loved him on the Indies. Also, I will say this right now, and you can quote me on this, Ryback in this match was pretty damn good. I mean, he came in there and he was a fucking freight train. He was blowing down Ambrose and Rollins, just tossing around the ring. It's okay, this is a guy I believe is a monster, and
right.
And
the thing is, I've seen matches where he looks like he's not being a monster or something.
Yeah.
He's holding back, and that looks bad. That looks really bad when he does it because he's so big. But when he goes out there and just throws,
and there's the one part when I think it was he had Dean Ambrose and he just tossed him in the corner.
That was scary.
That was scary. It's well, shit, it works. And they're okay. It's keep going. It's if you can do that and the guys can land correctly and not get hurt, fuck it, do it, man.
Right. Keep us interested.
Also, thinking of another scary part. How about when Roman Reigns was Sheamus was outside beating up Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns speared him through the announce barricade, nearly plowing over poor Lily Garcia.
Oh my! Got splattered.
She did not see that coming. She just dove out of the way and
you could see on her face that she was wishing someone would have gave her a heads up.
She saw her life flash before her eyes and just. Oh my! That was really great, and I think I think her reaction kind of helped sell the whole idea of it was just out of nowhere.
Right. Yeah. For me, this match, like I said, good match, fun match, easy to Well, it was a little dull at the beginning, but it picked up.
Yeah.
I gave it 3 1/4.
Yeah. You're not gonna talk about the finish at all?
The finish was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can go ahead and talk about it.
I think the finish worked very nicely. Like, it made all the guys look good. And, like, it looks like the Shield got like kind of like a sneaky victory, like because Rollins was going for was in the shell shock position for Ryback, and Roman Reigns speared Ryback. Rollins fell on top, and Cena was like distracted. 1, 2, 3, and like it's like that's perfect way to end it.
Yep.
You know.
And another thing, a lot of people were like, "Man, what is the Shield and Ryback? What are they going to do?"
I don't know.
But now we can see that the Shield has something to do at WrestleMania, and it's probably going to be against Ryback. Probably Sheamus involved. Maybe one other guy, because Ryback's going to have to get his heat back after.
Oh yeah, I would
finish that feud that's been going on
tell you the
for quite
truth,
a while.
I would not. I'm still. I would like to see Rollins and Ambrose kind of like have like their own, like be the tag team champions going into Mania, like because like Daniel Bryan and Kane gotta get the belts off them so they can have their match. So maybe like Rollins and Ambrose win the tag titles, and Roman Reigns versus Ryback at a 1-on-1 or something. I don't know. I don't know.
I think we're gonna see the Shield all together.
I think so too. Dare to dream,
Right.
But yeah, either way, I'm very excited to see what the Shield is gonna do in WrestleMania, because they're like one of the only things like we're like WrestleMania's coming up. Like I have no idea what the match they're gonna be in.
Mm-hmm.
So
and the Shield has this amazing ability to make Ryback matches interesting.
Yeah,
to me.
they're really good at making Ryback look good.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey.
So that works for me.
I give it 3 1/4.
Yep,
Very fun.
All right, our next match. This was just thrown together. It was Ziggler came out to the ring, and then he was interrupted by Booker, and he started a match with Kofi. So, could have been on any show, any time, anywhere. Could have been on Saturday Morning Slam for all I care. But it was decent enough. They got their
They got their shit in. They did what Brian Cage does. Just got their shit in, got out.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it didn't get too out of control. The finish was cool though. The finish was really cool.
It's very scary too.
Yes, but it was, it's kind of out of nowhere, but still it worked. Ziggler delivering almost a gut buster on the top.
Yeah, God, man, that was. I thought for a second like, oh, he botched, and it's like, no, okay, I guess not. And it was just, jeez, scary spot, man. That could have gone wrong in so many ways. I give it 2 1/4. I mean, it was fun. It was entertaining. And it gave Ziggler a win. To keep him busy. So,
I give it a star and 3/4. Just because it was so short.
Okay.
It was quick.
Yeah.
Nothing offensive at all.
No.
All right, and then your co-main event of the evening.
This is your piss break.
The Divas title match. Well, the one that everybody was waiting for.
Yeah.
Kaitlyn.
They didn't even announce on television. They announced on the WWE Active app.
Right, yes.
Like anyone fucking uses that.
Kaitlyn versus Tamina. This was a Divas match.
It was a Divas match.
If you're a Divas fan, then here's wrestling.
it was a match. That's about it.
That's about all I can say about it. Star.
Yeah,
much to
star.
say.
There's nothing. It's like Jesus. Give these women. Where's Sarah Del Rey when you need her? Can we get Sarah up there, or Paige from the anti,
right.
Or something.
Or
something.
I mean, it's not that they don't have. Well, I guess they are kind of running low, aren't they? On
yeah, they're running dangerously low.
Natalia, she can go.
Yeah,
I don't know
put the fucking Natalia.
What she did to get put in the doghouse for this
I don't know.
long, but
yeah, she was your boy, the great Khali.
Man, when she was on the Christmas special, she was looking very, very good. I'll tell you. That was the first time I was like, Natalia. But anyway.
Okay.
Get a little sidetracked here.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, and now to our main event, the WWE Championship Match, The Rock versus Punk.
Rematch from Royal Rumble, and to its credit, it was better than the Rumble match.
It was definitely better than the Rumble match.
I think that they did a better job of I think they had a little bit of a better story. I like that Punk was kind of toying the Rock at the beginning, kind of mocking him a little bit, doing the quick jabs and stuff. It started slow, but it had a nice little build up. Had actually some fucking good near falls in this one. People hitting their finishers, and they had some kickouts, and they had some drama, and they had some build up. And then it went a little overbooked.
Yeah, that's the thing. This match it didn't make much sense to me. Is that there's a ref bump, and then there's another horrible ref.
The ref,
worst ref bump I've ever seen.
That was one of the worst. Like the ref didn't even take a bump. He looked like they rolled on top of his ankle. Like, oh my ankle, oh my god. It's like you're a fucking ref. Stay on your hands and knees.
Right, just crawl around.
It's like come on.
You don't even have to stand.
Jesus, that was stupid. That was a
really
stupid way to get the ref out of the ring.
And then the way that it ended, it just was The Rock going over Punk.
Yeah.
So why did you need all that?
Here's my opinion, and I'm going to go on a little bit of a tangent here, but this is what I'm predicting. CM Punk comes out Monday night, claims, "Hey, I had The Rock beat," because he did. He ref was knocked out, hits the GTS on Rock, won. He had him count for a good 10 seconds at least, and so it's like CM Punk gonna demand that he puts the title match, and maybe we'll get that triple threat match that I want so badly at WrestleMania because I do not want to see twice in a lifetime John Cena versus The Rock. But yeah, like that did nothing but he's like, well, you just gave Punk fuel for the fire, which maybe they'll do something with it, but unless they actually do something like that, it was just like, well, that was pointless. If nothing else, it just made Punk look like Punk got screwed over.
Yeah, to me, it didn't make any sense because if The Rock's gonna win, everybody knows The Rock can win. He's a tough guy. He doesn't need this ref bump stuff to happen.
Yeah.
So why not just put him over clean? It was to me, it felt like WWE creative was like, oh no, it's the main event. We gotta have interference. We gotta have something crazy, weird, crappy happen, and it did. And to me, it really hurt the match.
I don't know if it really hurt the match, but it took away from it.
I think it knocked it down almost half a star.
Okay. Yeah, I think that they don't know they're trying to protect both The Rock and Punk. But Punk was the champion for over a year. He doesn't really need much protecting. He can lose cleanly and just
Right. Plus, he's losing to The Rock.
Yeah.
I mean, he
granted he's probably
kicked out of
the Rock Bottom. Yeah.
And the People's Elbow.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And that would have been enough.
Yeah.
Right there to be like, okay, he's legit.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I just didn't understand why you needed to protect Punk like that. Especially he's your heel.
Yeah.
To me, I think that we're gonna see Punk turn on Heyman. And it might even be Punk Lesnar.
No, they're doing Lesnar, Triple H. But plus, I wouldn't want to get in the ring with Lesnar.
I would much rather see him face Lesnar than Triple
H.
I'd
rather see it too, but I'd rather
But I wouldn't be surprised to see Punk turn on Heyman after last Monday.
Who knows? We'll see.
But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, he'll get interjected into that. Like you said, the triple threat. But
I'm holding out hope. There's so much question about him, Undertaker being able to compete. So it's like I just hope that they say okay. Because here's the thing: you got John Cena who will get the average WWE wrestling fans. You got The Rock who bring in the nostalgia fans, and you got CM Punk who draw in all the independent wrestling fans. Everyone wins.
The thing is, I don't think it would really matter where you put these guys on the card. The Rock and Cena in the same match, I think you're going to draw just as big a crowd just by having those two guys just on the same card.
Yeah.
I mean, The Rock's going to draw, and Cena's going to draw regardless.
Yeah, who knows? But
before we get too far off, what did you rate that main event?
I gave it 3.5. A little bit above their Rumble match. If the finish hadn't been so ref bumps and overbooked and stuff like the match with Rumble, I probably could have gone a little higher. But it was solid and definitely better than their Rumble match for sure.
I would agree with that. I went with 3.25. I thought it was, like you said, better. I think I gave their last match 2 3/4.
Yeah, you hated their last match.
I really did not like it. This match, I think going in, I knew that they had to do something to make it a little better. But anyway, overall show.
I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. I think that three of the main events, the Elimination Chamber, the Shield match, the title match, were all good. The the United States title match, the Ziggler and Kofi Kingston match were good, and everything else was not offensive. I think even the Del Rio Big Show match, okay, it wasn't great, but it wasn't offensively bad.
No, that's
true. And the Divas match was really short.
Plus, we did get to laugh.
Yeah, I got one of the biggest laughs since Devon was revealed in X.
Yep. So. For me, I went lower. I gave it a 6.75. I didn't feel like there was anything that you needed to go out of your way.
It was a very predictable night. I'll give you that.
I mean, the highest match rating I gave was 3.5. So nothing blow away, nothing you haven't seen before. But three matches I gave over 3 stars, and one that could have been 1 or 2 that were arguable. So solid enough. 6.75 I think is fair.
All right.
Well, that's all for our Elimination Chamber review.
Yep.
We'll be back soon.
Yeah, we'll be back very soon.
We're going to be busy. Coming
it's
up
Mania season. It's Mania season.
That's right. Hopefully we'll get our Orange Dream back. And
yeah. Don't forget to subscribe to Strong Style Studios on YouTube and follow us on Twitter if you do that shit, and follow us on Facebook or whatever. You do
absolutely.
that too.
All right. Well, till next time. See ya.
Bye.